Hello, shiny happy people. Welcome back to my channel. I am the Cinema.Sewist, and on this channel, I am trying to create a cinematic wardrobe based on looks from movies, TV shows, the like, utilizing a little bit of creativity and a whole lot of dedication. On today's episode of Cinemakes, I have a special make because it is the end of the year, as you maybe can also see by my outfit, which is a fancy dress that I made last week from Gertie's Patreon patterns. And this is actually a print that I had custom printed at Spoonflower. And it's just a cute little skater dress for the Christmas season because we are in December. 2023 is almost over, which is unbelievable to me, to be very honest with you. And what happens is I am going to create a little bit of an express Cinemake because next week on Friday we have our annual Christmas party. And it so happens that I have planned to make this Cinemake for the Christmas party, but I haven't started yet. And today is Saturday before the Christmas party. The hook is, though, that I am going to be out of town starting tomorrow night, and I'm only returning Friday morning, which means that I have an amazing 1.5 days to now prepare the dress, and then afterwards to finish it when I'm back on Friday. So we'll see how it goes. But before anything else, let's get into it. I'm going to talk a little bit about the movie, about the pattern, and about the fabric and the outfit itself, obviously. So let's get started. All right, I am fumbling a little bit with this light because I'm not entirely sure if this looks like an interrogation light or not. I feel a little bit like I'm being interrogated, but never mind. I need a little bit of light in here. It's fairly dark today, even though it's sunny Miami. Who would have guessed? So the movie that my Cinemake is based on today is Scarface from 1983, directed by Brian De Palma and written by Oliver Stone. The screenplay, that is. It is based on a novel from 1932 by the same name, and it is actually a cult classic movie. It's one of the most famous movies, I would say, that Al Pacino stars in. So this movie is starring Al Pacino in the lead role as Tony Montana, and it also stars Michelle Pfeiffer, who wears the look that I'm going to recreate. The story follows Tony Montana, who is a refugee from Cuba, coming to Miami, topical, I am in Miami, and makes his way to become a notorious and famous drug lord. And we follow his story to fame and to richness. Yeah, yeah, to fame and riches. And I gotta make a confession at this point because I don't have a recollection that I've actually seen the movie. I've definitely not seen it consciously. I may have seen it as a kid with my mom because usually my mom was watching a lot of movies and I was just watching them alongside because, yeah. But in my adult years, I have not rewatched Scarface, which I am going to do now that I'm sewing the dress, which I'm going to talk about to you in a second. And yeah, so I cannot say a lot in terms of, oh, this is a great movie or it's amazing because XYZ. I think from the cult status that it has, it is a very good movie, but I will keep my opinion about the movie possibly till the end of this video. So stay tuned for that. But now that I have introduced the movie to you, let's go into the outfit itself. So the outfit itself is this blue dress that Michelle Pfeiffer is wearing. I think it is the first time that she and Tony Montana meet in the movie. I'm not entirely sure. Again, I haven't watched the movie yet, but I think it's kind of like an iconic shot where she comes in and this flowy, satiny, silk satiny, blue tealish dress, and yeah, with a little bit of rhinestones applied to the neckline. And it looks like, from what I could see, it looks like a bias cut dress. And it also has, it has actually a very interesting cut in the middle where it goes into, and I think they did that to add for more volume in the skirt. So they did go into a triangle in the midline and then have different pieces added into the skirt just to make it more flowy. And the dress has a very high slit on one side, but it's fairly simple. It is a classic slip dress. I think it's the most famous slip dress if you look at it from cinematic history. There's none that is more famous than this one, which is probably why I chose it. I think I first discovered the dress and decided to make it when I was actually making my first slip dress, which was over a year ago now. I made the Sicily slip dress by Mason. I can show a few pictures, but I really liked that version, the Elvira Hancock version, Michelle Pfeiffer's version. That's her character's name in the movie. And yeah, this is a, I think a very, it has a classic look. There's not much to it, but it just shines from the material and from, yeah, just from the simplicity of the dress. And the color is very iconic too. So yeah, that is the outfit. And I will now show you what pattern I am actually using to recreate the dress. Okay, following the tradition of past Cinemakes or past videos, that is, because it was also for the Vogue episode, I am utilizing a pattern by Vicky Sews. Who's surprised? Probably no one. I I have bought this pattern when I got the idea in mind to make this dress, because I think, and they also made it up in a blue version, and probably that's why I got attracted to the dress. Regardless, I just found it the most fitting as a starting off point, and I wanted to try to pattern hack this in more into the version that the Elvira Hancock dress is, but I've now decided, because of time constraints and also because I don't want to really mess up with the fabric and I don't have anything to make a wearable muslin, that I will just go for the version as it is. And that is the Lucia dress by Vicky Sews. It is bias cut, and that's actually the most important thing about this. It is completely cut on the bias. It has a little, that's an addition that Michelle Pfeiffer's dress does not have. It has this little insert here in the back, which is, I think, a nice little addition. It has bust darts, And that's pretty much it. On this one, there is no side slit, but I will leave one side seam as a side slit just to recreate that version a little more in line with the Scarface dress. Yes, that is the plan, and I'm hoping I'm getting this together within a couple of hours because it is really simple. I already looked through the instructions, and this should be it should be a no-brainer. I've made slip dresses before, which means yeah, it should work with my timings. We'll see. We will see about that. But now for the most interesting part, the fabric. I'm going to show you. So full disclosure on the fabric, this has already been cut. So the dress is already cut and you can't see it. It is right behind me, the cut dress. I just did it before shooting this intro just to, yeah, just to keep up with the timings. And I have enough fabric left to make something else. It's probably going to end up being a cowl neck shirt. And since I want to cut that too, I thought I'm filming the intro now and then I have the time to cut that shirt, the top, when I want to, if I have the time before tomorrow, before heading out. Anyway, it's not important. I'm going to show you the fabric. So this is from Mood Fabrics. It is the sustainable viscose satin from the Mood Fabrics range. And they have this, I think, in around, I think almost 30 different colors. And I chose the ocean blue because they had a teal, but I found the teal too green, if that makes sense. The Elvira Hancock dress is teal, but it is more of a bluish teal. And the teal, at least from the image on screen, what I saw on Mood Fabrics on the website, it looked more greenish than I wanted it to be. So I'm going with the ocean blue, and I think it does suit me. We'll see. I have actually also plans in terms of the styling of this dress, how I'm going to style it for the party. And yeah, but this is, yeah, I bought 4 yards of it and I have massive excess of it. The instructions say you need, so I went with the size 40, which is, I don't remember what the American size is. But here it says you need, for size 40, 2 yards. And I bought 4. So I did buy 4 because I elongated the dress. I added 3 inches on the bottom. I've added an inch at the hip and an inch at the waist. Because, and that is something I didn't know when I bought these packages for the Vicky Sews patterns, they only come in one height. You get all the sizes, but you only get one height. And for my height, this is really short because it's for the height of approximately 5'5", and I'm 5'11". So I am missing 6 inches, which I have almost added now. And we'll see how that goes in terms of the length. If it is a good length, I hope so. But anyway, this is the leftover. I really like the drape of this. This feels also very nice. It feels a lot like it has a lot more body than I thought it would. Like it's a little heavier than I thought it would, which is great because I didn't want it too flowy and too much like a slip dress in terms of nightgownish or anything. But yeah, this is the main fabric, and I did, because like I said, the Elvira Hancock has has like rhinestones at the neckline, so I did buy a trim to go with that. This is a rhinestone trim I bought on Amazon. It wasn't too expensive. I think it was like $10 or $15 for 10 yards. So I got 10 yards. I can play around with this. I'm going to go neckline, then on the straps all the way around. Possibly in the back with the insert, adding some of the rhinestones. Possibly. Not entirely sure. I also don't know how much time I have. But the main part is the neckline and the straps. From the movie look, that's where the rhinestones are. And judging this is from 1983, I think it's singular rhinestones, but I'm using a trim to make my life slightly easier. She said while inspecting the trim if this is easy at all. But we'll see. And there you have it. This is my plan for my Christmas party dress. We'll see how it goes. Like I said, the dress is cut, and now we get right into the sewing. I'm excited. I hope you are as well. Let's go. All right, so we're back. This video I'm going to do a little differently because I haven't filmed the intro yet, but I am already standing here before you cutting out the dress. So the dress I'm cutting out today is going to be the Lucia dress by Vicky Sews. I have, on this one, I bought the printed version. And this was actually, because usually I buy the PDF versions of Vicky Sews patterns. And this is actually the first and also last one that I buy in printed form, because I usually buy Vicky Sews patterns for my height. And what I didn't know is that the print versions that you can buy on Amazon, etc., are for the height of 5'5", and I'm 5'11". So what I'm doing with this one is I have lengthened the torso and also the hip line by an inch, and then I'm going to extend at the bottom roughly 2 to 3 inches, because I want that long effect of the gown, similar to the dress in Scarface. Now, I only have today to sew this together because I'm going on a trip, and when I'm back, actually the day before the event, but I'm only returning on midnight, so technically I'm returning on the day of the event, which doesn't give me much time to play around and do anything else. And with that, I'm going to get started. We're going to cut this out. This should be a fairly quick sew. I'm not too worried that I'm not gonna make it. And the good thing is I'm gonna sew this together now, and I'm going to let the bias drop, so that on the day of the event, I just need to even the hem and then probably hand hem the dress. And then I should be good to go for actually the event. We'll see how it goes. I'm going to put you on time lapse, and we are going to get this party started. Let's go. So here I go cutting out the dress, and the biggest challenge I think on this one was, as you can see, I have to shift the dress a lot while cutting, because my table is, although it is very big, it's still too small. Other than that, this is a really quick project to cut out, because you have 4 pattern pieces in total. You have to cut the back twice. You have one front. You have the 2 pieces for the back insert, and then you have also the 2 pieces for the facing, plus the straps. So it would be 5 pattern pieces in total, but it's basically, it's not much. And then here I am starting on the sewing process. This was a little bit of a hiccup in the beginning. I could not for the life of me turn the straps inside out, and I repositioned the camera, as I always do, because I still don't have the perfect angle. This was very challenging, getting the strips turned out. I had to use my tool, but in the beginning I couldn't because I had sewn them so small that you couldn't get the instrument actually into for folding the straps inside out. And here I was sewing the facings first, and I sewed everything with French seams, which is a two-step process, but it leads to a cleaner finish. And then I was actually putting together the dress. It was as simple as that. And you just put it together, again, French seaming everything. And then I inserted the straps and the facings, which then made for the dress. Okay, it is like, I think 3 hours later from when I started sewing this. And the dress is assembled. So far, so good. You can see here I left part of the side seam open. It's still not quite right. I need to think about, yeah, I haven't ironed it yet. That too. The facing is not understitched yet. I was just trying out if the straps are sitting correctly, and they are, but I need to, I think, shorten them a little because I want this a little higher. So maybe like 2 centimeters less. And then we have the Scarface dress, which is amazing. It's been pretty easy to make, so I can recommend the Lucia dress. It goes fairly quick, and also since well, you can't really see because camera doesn't go all the way to the floor, and you a little may not see my full face, but that's okay. So that is the length. This is actually the length I wanted. So if you imagine with heels, it's just the length that I was looking for. Because I found the original a little too short. I think it only goes to like here. And I didn't really like that length, so yeah. And go back up again. Like I said, this needs to be shortened. And you cannot wear a bra with this dress, which topical is kind of clear, right? Uh, maybe a stick-on bra, but I don't even think I need a bra at all. So I think I can still wing it without a bra. So yeah, this is the dress for now. This is gonna go on the mannequin while I'm away so that the bias can drop, and then I can even out the hem and finish the hem next Friday for the party. And you can see here on the side, still my Halloween, supposedly Halloween Cinemake, which I am going to finish after this dress. Yeah, because I still want to get this done this year. So we are ambitious here, people. We are ambitious. But yeah, this is the dress. I am very happy with this. I like the fabric. This is super nice. I think I'm gonna get this in more colors because, whew, these are, yeah, I really like the quality. It feels really nice, this fabric. And it isn't really expensive. It's like $17 per yard, which, I mean, it has a very silky look, but it is a viscose, which makes it washable and vegan. So that is great. Yeah, I like it a lot. All right, here I am back at it. Today I am traveling, but I have a couple more hours to try and finalize my dress. As you may have seen from the clip before, it looks good, in my opinion. And now all I need to do is shorten the straps. I'm gonna take off, I think I'm even gonna take off a little more than 2 inches. I want to take off a generous amount because these are also cut on the bias, which means I think they are going to lengthen a little bit over time. So I'd rather take off a little more than 2 inches. And then I'm gonna understitch the facing, give this a press, and utilize the time to maybe start with the rhinestone trim to apply that. And then I gotta go, and the rest I need to do when I'm back on Friday, the day off the party. Let's put you on time lapse. Let's see if I can do this. All right, very excited. Let's go. Okay, getting started on Operation Shortening Straps and finishing the dress. This was a fairly easy process, but as I've mentioned later on, I did go a little overboard in shortening the straps. I ended up shortening them by around 6 centimeters, which is almost 2.5 inches. I should have done maybe 1.5 inches to be fair, but I also must say the dress wore really nicely during that evening, and I didn't have to worry about really losing my straps, which is usually the worry I have with those slip dresses. So it worked out in my favor in the end. And here you can see me cutting back the seam allowance and understitching the facing so that I could start with the rhinestone trim addition. And I did that off camera, just going by hand stitching on the trim. Okay, since I'm in a hurry, no decent sound probably, but this is where we stop for now. I have some bling on my dress. Look at that. It does go fairly well. I think I found a technique to get this to be stitched on fairly well. You see it goes halfway down the back so far. And I need to make the other strap as well. But I need to head to the airport, so this is where the Scarface dress will have to rest for now. And I'll report back on Friday. Okay, don't mind my appearance at the moment. I have put my hair up just to protect the dress while I'll show you what is happening right now. Okay, so this is the dress at the moment. I have come back this morning from Brazil, actually, from a 3-day business trip. And now I'm trying to finish this thing off for tonight's Christmas party. So you can almost see the hem. So this was hanging now for a week on the mannequin while I was out of town. Um, I think I went a little overboard on shortening the straps. They're now a little bit too short, I feel. But I'd rather have it a little bit too short than too long, I must say, because the last time you saw me try this on, I felt really uncomfortable with having to pull up the straps. It wasn't sitting and fitting right. So I feel better on this situation right now, where I also have it a little higher in the back. This is a delicate thing if you have a dress that you have to wear without a bra, and then you have only two very small straps that do crisscross at the back, but then it's also kind of like if the crisscross goes too low, then you have the situation where in the front it dips too low. And mind you, this is a work Christmas party, so I want to, yeah, I don't want to go too low in the front. So that is what happens here. And I do like this. I like it a lot. I think for an original Scarface look, you would need to do a little more work, which I don't have the time for. So this is now the situation that I am utilizing, let's say, as a first trial, I would say. I'm planning on making another version, maybe in a different color. Maybe I go for the teal that they have at Mood Fabrics. I'll definitely get more of this fabric in different colors because I love the feel of this. This is so good. And yeah, I am very happy actually with this. think it's going to look very nice once it is finished. And all that is left to do right now is to hand finish the slit and the hem. So I'm gonna make a hand roll, which does take a little more time, but right now we are close to noon. The party starts at 7, so I think I still have plenty of time to make this right. I don't want to do this with the machine and then it's going to look cheap, because I think it doesn't look cheap at the moment. And this has not been ironed yet, so it's going to look the way that it looks for now. But yeah, this is in the back, and in addition, I made this dip also with all the rhinestones. The straps are fully with the rhinestone trim, and then yeah, going all the way around on the rhinestone trim. Yes, I think it's very cute. Yes, so I need to finish that with the hem, and the next thing you are going to see is the final look tonight. I'm really curious. I am super pumped. I think this is the first year I am making my, yeah, for the Christmas party. It's the first year I'm actually making my own dress. So that is really, really nice. I'm really looking forward to the final look, the Michelle Pfeiffer, Elvira Hancock Scarface look that I'm trying to rock here. And for the hair, I am going to wear it in an updo, but I am planning something, and I hope I can make it. I did it in the past before. I am actually making a little collaboration look between the Scarface dress, and then I'm going to have the Prince hairstyle, which is a faux mohawk. We'll see. We'll see how that looks. All right, stay curious, and I'll see you on the other side then. All right, and the dress is finished. I did the remaining stitching off camera. Everything was hand stitched. So let me see, where's my slit? Here we got the slit. Hang on, right here. So I did this all by hand stitching, and then did a rolled hem on the bottom, best as possible. And while I love the feel of this fabric, this one is terrible to do a hand rolled hem on. But it is done. I got it finished. I gave it a little bit of a nice press to finish it up. And now I'm going to get my makeup and my hair done, put this on, and then I'm going to show you. All right. All right, and the dress is finished, and I am finished. So far, so good. Let me show you quickly. Okay, so far so good. I had to adjust the camera angle because somehow didn't want to cooperate with me. But this is the final dress, as you can see with the slit here. The slit is fairly high, although the difference is because in the original you would have I think like little godets, or larger godets actually. That's why the skirt flows. The problem is I just did not have any time to do any of that. And therefore I decided to just go with a side slit that is fairly high. So it roughly is as high as the original. And then just with the trim, because that gives it that luxurious look. And my faux mohawk, my Prince hair with a little bit of gold spray. So yes, this is my look for tonight. See ya. And there you have it. This is my holiday Cinemake for this year. I am very happy about the dress. I think this has turned out really, really well. Apart from the fact that I did not go all the way on the Elvira dress, I did not do the modifications that I was planning on doing. But regardless, I think even utilizing the Lucia dress for the most part as is worked really well, and worked in favor of the whole dress as an outcome. And I just wanted to quickly come on. This is way after the fact, way after the Christmas party. I didn't even get to take any pictures afterwards of the dress because the weather was very poor here in Miami the past few weeks. A lot of wind, a lot of rain. And so I decided to not take any more pictures. I might still do it, but for the time being, what you see in the video is all I got. I just wanted to quickly say that if you were ever on the fence on making a bias cut dress, because the bias cut leads to it being figure hugging and being very accentuating to your actual figure. And this is not the first bias cut dress that I made. I made two Sicily slip dresses in the past, but yeah, this one was my third. This is my third bias cut dress, and I can highly recommend it for as a simple, elegant dress that does not make your figure look misshaped. It doesn't make your figure look bad in any way, shape, or form, even if you have insecurities, body insecurities, whatever. I think bias cut dresses really work in your favor. When we had the Christmas party, I was actually feeling quite swollen, bloated, however you want to call it, and I think it looked really good on me. It really made me happy wearing the dress, and also I was dancing half of the night, going all in, which is what you can do with a bias cut dress as well. I felt comfortable in it. I felt confident in it. So yes, if you have ever considered making a bias cut dress, I can highly recommend it. The Lucia dress is great. The pattern is great. As you've seen from this video, it comes together really quickly. And even the bias drop for the hem, there wasn't much to even out. I think I even went to the point that I just made the hem as is because I didn't even have to even out anything, which was a little strange because I expected the sides to really drop, but they didn't. And it was on the mannequin for like a week while I was out. But yeah, like I said, this is a great pattern. This is a great dress. I can highly recommend it. I can highly recommend the fabric as well. That was a joy to work with for the most part. My only gripe was the hand hemming of the dress, which the hand rolling in this fabric wasn't great. I prefer silk for that. You can roll silk a lot better with your fingers. But anyway, this was great. I love it. And this is probably the last of my Cinemakes for this year, for 2023. It is right now Christmas Eve as I'm filming this, so whatever you do, however you spend your Christmas or the holidays in general, also including New Year's Eve, I hope you have a really joyful time. I hope you get to spend it with people you love, or if you spend it alone, you get to spend it in a way that makes your heart happy. And thank you for watching, and I will see you again soon. That's a wrap on the last Cinemake for 2023. But don't worry, we're not going anywhere. I am going to come up with a couple more videos shortly to catch up with you as well because it's been a while. And then we are going all in 2024 on more Cinemakes and more sewing action. Until then, take care. Bye bye.